Here are some of my biggest personal icks in guys. Guys who wear necklaces. Guys who have peanut allergies.
Ick number 53 unlocked. He has a season pass to an amusement park.
Once they feel like there's cracks in that armor and that the guy actually has vulnerability and has some weaknesses and isn't as strong, then the woman feels less safe in the relationship.
I was scrolling through my TikTok the other day and I happened to find many videos of what women claim is the ick. Now, the ick is just something that you find unappealing in a partner or someone that you just met that kind of gets you uninterested in them as soon as you find out what it is. Some of these icks are unheard of and kind of bizarre, and some of them I do agree with. So let's get into it.
Here are some of my biggest personal icks in guys. Guys who wear necklaces. Guys who have peanut allergies. Guys who use Zins or any tobacco product. Gross. Guys who wear prescription glasses. Guys who are lefty. Guys who drink tea. Guys with a 2-syllable name. Guys who wear sunscreen.
God forbid that you try to protect yourself against the sun in skincare. God forbid you have a peanut allergy. She also mentioned guys who drink tea and prescription glasses. Man, God forbid you can't even see. Now, I want to say that she's joking, but I bet you that there's probably many women who also feel the same way. Some of the comments read, while she's wearing contacts. Prescription glasses, I feel attacked. Someone says, come back in 20 years and let us know how it's going for you. Yeah, as you're going to see, there's going to be other examples that get a little bit more niche, and you're going to start to wonder, well, what can a guy do?
Ick number 53 unlocked. He has a season pass to an amusement park.
I enjoy amusement parks. It's a place where you can relax and get a little bit of adrenaline rush when you're going on these roller coasters. I personally don't understand how that would be a ick. It's marked for people to have fun. And the comment sections are kind of mixed. Some people saying that I would love that. That is not an ick. I would join. This lady says, ick unlocked. People judging people for having fun.
Why do women get the ick when men are vulnerable?
I've found that what women really want is a guy who will connect with them, who will ask them how their day was, who will sit and talk to them about the drama with their sister. But they also feel more comfortable and safer because the guy's really strong. And once they feel like there's cracks in that armor and that the guy actually has vulnerability and has some weaknesses and isn't as strong, then the woman feels less safe in the relationship.
I know a lot of guys feel this way where they feel like they can't be vulnerable because if they are, then she will become uninterested. That's why a lot of guys in the beginning try to hide their emotions and not try to be so vulnerable. There's also been friends who have told me that if a guy I'm talking to can't stand up for himself or if he's too weak to argue back with me, then I'll just walk all over him. I think when it comes to being vulnerable, it's very hard to decide who you're going to be vulnerable with. If you're going to be with a person for a long time and you're in a committed relationship and you're not vulnerable, that's also a problem. I know there's other guys who, when they have opened up, their lady just looks at them as too vulnerable and too weak, so they end up leaving. And at the same time, like, I know it's a risk because some women will look at that as vulnerability and weakness, but that probably wasn't the woman that you were meant to be with. So you kind of saved yourself at the same time.
And so I think that this is such a hard paradox where men are asked to be vulnerable, but what many women mean is be emotionally intelligent towards my issues, but don't open up about yours.
So what do we do about that?
It's kind of hard as a guy to open up about your emotions. On social media, it's kind of geared that guys just swallow their pain and just put their head down and keep going through life. I'm sure some people think that men should swallow their pride, swallow their ego, and not cry because boys don't cry. We were told that as a little kid. I don't think you have to cry to express sadness. You can also just verbalize it and how you feel. I know emotional maturity is a big aspect into how relationships work. Emotionally mature guys are confident about being vulnerable. They know that this is who they are and they're not going to try to hide their emotions in order to make someone else feel better. I think that a lot of guys think that women don't appreciate vulnerability when I think that's just not true. I think as men, we should also tell each other that it's okay to vent to your lady. If she finds it unappealing that you're venting or that you're feeling sad, then she's probably not the one for you. Because if someone's going to be judging you based on how your emotions work, then really, is it really a life partner that you want? Long-lasting relationships, you're going to have to be vulnerable with each other. You're going to have to go through the ups and downs. And when there's downs, you're going to want to rely on your partner for them to lift you back up. I ran out of sunlight. My final thoughts is that I don't think that you should be going around dating people based on icks, and that you should just see who they are as a person. If something that is an ick cannot be overlooked, then for sure don't stay with them. But if it's something silly as a peanut allergy, I think that you should stay through and see what else they have to offer. But anyways, if you liked what I said, or if you can relate, just drop a comment, and I'll catch you on the next one.